Now, from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
He has been the mayor of the Commonwealth's largest city for 9 years and was behind many of Virginia Beach's many changes for decades before that.
Tonight, a surprise decision from Mayor Will Sessoms. He says he'll finish his political career in less than 2 weeks, stepping down as mayor by the end of the month. Good evening to you. This bombshell from Virginia Beach City Hall continues to make waves through the city.
Since last night, we've been hearing rumblings that the end would be near for Sessoms' time in office. Well, this morning, he made it official. In a short statement, Sessoms says he's going back to life as a private citizen. Then he sat down with the media to explain his decision. 10 to your side's Andy Fox now with why the mayor is packing it in. Andy?
Yeah, Tom and Anita, he said he's doing what's in the best interest of his family. That would indicate time and finances going into the public, going into that private sector in order to make money. We sat down with him and we asked him about those darkest days of his tenure when we weren't sure how it was all going to end.
It's a very serious accusation, so I'm taking them very seriously.
If you want to know the darkest days of Mayor Will Sessoms' tenure, go back to November 2015. Several charges of conflict of interest. All those charges ended up with only one misdemeanor charge of violating the state's Conflict of Interest Act. He pleaded no contest, and the record shows he not only survived, but flourished.
I think people truly saw that I love this city and also saw that I would never do anything intentionally to harm this city. And I think that was reflected in my reelection.
However, voters like James Cohen can't forget those conflict of interest charges.
I can't forget that, but we've seen conflicts of interest so many times on council where we're sitting here scratching our heads going, we know that he's an officer or he's a trustee. Why is he voting on this?
Linwood Branches on the Virginia Beach Development Authority and a strong Will Sessoms supporter.
He's helped lead the charge into the new technology industries and the things that are going on in Corporate Landing and Princess Anne Commons. And that's the new economy.
Sessoms says he's taking a hiatus. But the big question, what does he do next?
Evaluate some things that have been presented to me, see if any other things are presented to me, and then make a decision for what will be best for me and my family.
Apparently, going back to his former employer, Town Bank, where the conflict issues were born, appears not to be on the front burner.
I'd be honored to go back to work for Town Bank if the opportunity should come, but I can assure you that opportunity is not there right now.
Sessoms is most proud that during the Great Recession, he oversaw a city that maintained fiscal strength.
We maintained a AAA bond rating throughout the recession by all three rating agencies, which enables us to do a lot of good things.
Well, now what happens? Well, we've spoken with several council members, and they all seem to indicate that Vice Mayor Lewis Jones will be elevated to mayor, and then there will be a new mayoral election in November. In Virginia Beach, Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
All right, Andy, thank you. A little more now about Mayor Will Sessoms. He's a lifelong resident of Virginia Beach and has been in politics since becoming a member of City Council in 1988. He was selected as vice mayor in 1992, holding that position for 10 years. Sessoms was also president and CEO of Town Financial Services Group. His replacement is current vice mayor Lewis Jones, as Andy was saying. He's the owner of Holloman Brown Funeral Home. Jones has been mayor in the past and served on City Council for the Bayside District for 27 years. Jones is also part of the Hampton Roads Planning District Commission.
You can see the mayor's full statement beginning to end and read more about Will Sessoms' time in office right now on WAVY.com. Also tonight, new information on yesterday's big story at 6. A woman found dead in a house fire, and her husband is locked up for it.
Now, the man accused of murder and arson is talking with 10 on your side. 58-year-old Delano Grandruth is in the Norfolk jail tonight, charged in the death of his wife, Kathleen. Investigators say she was found dead in a living room chair. 10 on your side's Jason Marks has more now on the investigation and what the suspect is saying from behind bars. Jason?
Anita, Grandruth wanted to talk only to 10 on your side because he felt we were the station that was fair and balanced. Over the next minute 30 seconds, you will hear his side of the story, but we'll also have to tell you about his history of abuse.
It's a terrible, unfortunate incident that happened here.
Dressed in a Norfolk jail uniform and behind bars, Delano Grandruth opened up about his wife's death.
He was a United States veteran like me, and a great lady. I miss her. I love her. Her family misses her. I mean, it's an unfortunate incident.
The 58-year-old is accused of killing his wife. Fire crews found 61-year-old Kathleen dead, sitting in a chair in the living room that had been set on fire. Police aren't releasing her cause of death, and the suspect says he can't talk about what happened either.
Well, I can't discuss that right now, but I can say one thing, she's sorely missed.
Grandrew says he's not a monster. He tells 10 on Your Side he was Kathleen's primary caregiver. She had dementia and couldn't move without a wheelchair.
I couldn't even leave the house at the end because just couldn't trust anybody anymore with her alone. And
10 on Your Side dug into court records and found Grandruth had been charged with assaulting Kathleen 3 times in the past 12 years. In 2006 and 2008, he was found guilty and served 45 days in jail. In 2015, he was charged again. The officer wrote Kathleen was pushed multiple times and that Delano threatened to kill her and burn the house down if she called police. In that case, the charge was dismissed because the victim didn't show up to court. Grandrew says the relationship wasn't perfect and he feels awful for her family.
And I'm sure they're going through a lot of pain right now, as am I.
Did you do it?
I can't say yes or no on that. My day will come in court.
Now, Grandruth is being held inside the Norfolk jail without bond. He will have his day in court, first with a preliminary hearing in July. We're live in Norfolk. Jason Marks, 10 on Your Side.
Investigators have charged a man with setting a house on fire in Virginia Beach last night. This happened around 10:30 on Whirlaway Road in the Carol Ann Farms neighborhood. When crews got there was heavy smoke coming from a 2-story home. Firefighters took 31-year-old Ryan Pipkin to the hospital for burns to his face and smoke-related injuries. He is now charged with arson. No firefighters were hurt.
And a follow-up to a fire last week in Virginia Beach. We're getting our first look at the man who police say stabbed a woman, then set a house on fire. 47-year-old Eric Bowen faces a number of charges. Police say Bowen stabbed the victim, then barricaded himself inside the home on 26th Street before setting it on fire. They got him when Bowen decided to jump out a second-story window. The woman suffered critical injuries.
And 10 people are on the mend after a crash in Norfolk between an HRT bus and a dump truck this morning. It happened around 9 a.m. on 26th Street and Waverly Way in the Villa Heights neighborhood. Police told our Lex Gray that the city dump truck sideswiped the bus while it was stopped. The injuries appear to be minor. Police say this looks like an accident and neither driver will be charged. New tonight, police have arrested 37-year-old Tyler Rookie for an attempted abduction this morning. It happened as a 10-year-old was walking to a bus stop on Grandview Avenue. The victim told police that Rookie approached her, then kissed her forehead before trying to lure her to go with him. The little girl ran away when a school employee intervened. Rookie is locked up, and police say there have not been any similar incidents.
North Carolina State Department of Labor is slapping the maximum fine on Pasquotank Correctional Institution. It follows the killing of 4 prison employees during an escape attempt 6 months ago. The department cited the Prison and Corrections Enterprises, which ran the prison sewing plant where the riot allegedly began. The state fined both $7,000 each for workplace safety violations. 4 inmates were charged with the murders. Still to come on WAVY News 10 at 6, clothing controversy. Why hoodies are being outlawed at one local school tonight.
Plus, one last chance to hear about Virginia Beach's plans to keep the peace during a controversial weekend.
And it warmed up for some of us during the day today, and I think it's going to warm up for all of us for a very, very short time. But then the temperature's going to drop, and here's what we're going to end up seeing. Little below normal, and then way below normal, staying well into the first part of next week. What else are we looking at in the first part of next week? Will happen for you in a few minutes.
And in sports, we're talking about some women's golf at Kings Mill tonight.
Brian Parsons has that and more as we continue this Wednesday night.
Her 19-year-old girl vanished.
I just broke.
A glimmer of hope ended in heartbreak.
I felt like my soul had been, a piece of it had been ripped from me.
Then, a strange twist no one expected.
I'm not going to take the word of a murderer. I need to see this man pay for what he's done.
A mother's plea and her journey for justice. Thursday on WAVY News 10 at 6.
Announcing 1 Hour Cares Fest.
You mean Kind Fest?
That's right, 1 Hour Cares Fest.
A family day to support the little guys and gals doing lots of good in Hampton Roads.
Oh, way I can't wait till April 21st.
Great food, see live band.
And meet local celebrities like...
Me?
What?
And him.
Let's all work together for the kiddos.
Learn more about KindFest at
onehourcares.com.
Come support 1 Hour Cares, Saturday, April 21st at Hunt Club Farm, Virginia Beach.
There is no other show that fills the stage with such spectacle. Sets your pulse racing. Makes your heart swell with pride. Like the Virginia International Tattoo. Get your tickets now.
Let East Coast Leisure design your outdoor living room. East Coast Leisure.
Hi, I'm Rick Sykes with Ramjack Foundation Solutions. Do you have a home suffering from foundation damage? How about leaky basement or filthy, damp, unhealthy crawl space? At Ramjack, we are your local foundation repair and waterproofing experts, and we provide permanent, affordable solutions for homeowners just like you. If you have foundation problems, water intrusion issues, basement issues, or even problems in your crawl space, rely on the experts, rely on Ramjack.
Hey guys, I've sent our constant contact email.
Come in.
Great numbers, guys. Great job.
Send great-looking emails that drive big results for your business.
Doris is down.
Constant Contact Email Marketing. Powerful stuff.
When yours is a Rudder Mills case, you need a Rudder Mills lawyer. Get one instantly. Call or text 757-622-5000.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Michael & Son. From the station on your side, you're watching WAVY News 10 at 6.
An assault, a fight, and an armed robbery, all involving Norview High School students, have prompted a controversial change to the dress code.
Students are now banned from wearing hooded sweatshirts and jackets. The district says the suspects in those recent incidents used their hoods to disguise themselves, making it harder for the school to identify them. The school says student safety is top priority, but some students say the ban is not fair to those not causing trouble.
It's annoying because a lot of students don't have jackets without hoods. And it's not just like hoodies where it's like this, it's jackets with hoods on it that they make us take off.
I don't see the problem with it. I believe it's a safety precaution.
The school says this is only temporary, but there's no word on when the ban will be lifted.
Next at 6, getting ready. What residents need to know about a big event at the oceanfront next weekend and how police plan to handle it.
And remember that the team on your side is here to get your Thursday morning started. WAVY News 10 Today begins tomorrow and every morning at 4:30 a.m.
WAVY News 10 at 6 p.m., your #1 evening news source.
For a limited time, Smith & Keene is offering a heat pump and matching indoor air handler installed starting at $31.28. For more information, call us or visit smithandkeene.com.
All over the country, people are painting their garages. Others are organizing them. Spring cleaning? No. It's because Honda's Dream Garage Spring Event is here. Get the Honda Civic you've always wanted at KBB.com Best Buy for 2018. Prepare your garage and hurry in today to Honda's Dream Garage Spring Event.
Founders Point, overlooking Baton Bay and the James River, is central to all of Hampton Roads. Convenient to work, shopping, and schools, Founders Point is just 3 miles south of the James River Bridge and 10 minutes to Harbor View at Interstate 664. Our high architectural standards and natural beauty create a unique streetscape of custom homes in a scenic waterfront setting. Resort-style amenities and quality schools make Founders Point a great place to call home. Tour our new waterfront model and see 7 other new homes under construction. Visit founderspoint.com for details.
If you're a conservative, the choice for Congress is crystal clear. A career Washington lobbyist, Scott Dacey, admits he didn't vote for Donald Trump in the primary, and there's no evidence he ever supported President Trump until Dacey decided to run for Congress. On the other hand, Walter Jones has been called a key ally of President Trump, and conservative leader Mark Meadows says nobody has fought the Washington establishment harder and longer than Walter Jones. Walter Jones, a leader, not a lobbyist.
I'm Walter Jones, and I approve this message.
The Big Zero sale at Priority. 0 down, 0% APR. PriorityAuto.com.
The internet has made shopping easier and more convenient than ever. At Cavalier Ford, we think car buying should be the same way. Now with Cavalier Click to Buy, you can purchase your car online and we'll deliver it right to your door. Or complete some of the process at home so you can save time at the dealership. Whether we meet at our front door or yours, we'll greet you with a smile and old-fashioned customer service. Cavalier Ford, finding new ways to serve customers for life.
Cavalier, serving customers for life.
WAVY News 10 at 6, named Outstanding Newscast by the Virginia Association of Broadcasters.
Back now with another discussion about the upcoming College Beach weekend at the oceanfront.
And police say they are ready, and they want to tell you all about it. Tonight, residents will get another chance to hear how police are planning to handle what can sometimes be a rowdy and dangerous weekend in some parts. Well, this year, they're hoping it'll all be calm and quiet. 10 on your side, Deanna Benaneshi has more on the session and the preparations. Deanna?
Well, right through these doors in Ballroom 2 is where the meeting is going to happen. We know that police are going to be talking about their preparations and also how you can help them. Tonight, neighbors concerned about College Beach weekend will have another chance to learn how the city and police are working to keep them safe. College Beach weekend is a little more than a week away. 40,000 college kids will be heading down to the beach that weekend. Just last weekend, 10 on your side told you about the first community forum. Traffic and rowdiness were top of mind for many residents who showed up, but they were also glad these forums are happening.
I'm very happy that the city of Virginia Beach is pulling the community from the diverse sectors to come and join and give ideas so that we can have a good community, but also a good atmosphere for the visitors.
Police have made it clear they've been training for this weekend since last year. Police also talked about the need for more observers. They say they need volunteers who can go out for a few hours and keep an eye on things at the oceanfront, be another set of eyes for police, and alert officers to anything they see that doesn't seem right. And if you are interested in becoming an observer, we've posted that information on WAVY.com. Reporting live in Virginia Beach, Deanna Benaneshi, 10 on your side.
Now, there'll be much more on this meeting tonight on WAVY News 10 at 11.
An update now to the severe weather that hit parts of Virginia over the weekend. Officials now say a tornado that ripped through Lynchburg and other communities was stronger than first thought. The National Weather Service says the tornado was an EF3 strength with winds topping 150 miles an hour. At least 12 people were hurt. Several dozen buildings were damaged.
Now, your Super Doppler 10 forecast from Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
We're going to go right into the forecast, show you what's going on. We've got some changeable weather moving on in, especially during the day tomorrow. Here's what's going on. Taking a look at our future track computer model. We've got a front, and I'm calling it a warm front, but really it's kind of stationary. It's not moving much at all for right now, but it is going to move as a warm front a little bit later on tonight. Here's where things are at 10 o'clock this evening. Southeasterly winds. It's 62 degrees right now into the area, but then that front starts lifting northward. And some of our temperatures actually warm on up. Look at it, it's still 50 at Melfa, so we got a ways to go there. But it does warm up along the eastern shores. That warmer air lifts northward in advance of this cool front dropping on in. Now, with this cool front, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, this band of clouds, we have indicated occasionally a shower or two out of that. So, yeah, we could see a spritz of rainfall coming up tomorrow morning first thing, but not that awfully much. That's where things are by 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we could see a rain shower out of that. Many of us will not see a thing in terms of rain out of it. We'll see our high temperatures fairly early in the day. I'm going for a mid-range here. I'm going around 68 for a high early in the afternoon or late in the morning. But look at how the wind picks up out of the west to 22, 23 miles an hour. That implies winds gusting to around 30 miles an hour during the day for tomorrow. and eventually that cooler air starts pouring on into the region, and you'll have a fairly big temperature drop coming up by 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. So we're going to see, again, temperatures actually warm up a little bit overnight and through the first part of the day tomorrow, and then they'll cool off late in the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. So by Friday morning, once again, we're in the upper 30s and low 40s by the morning hours on Friday. A bit breezy, but the winds drop off by later in the day. Highs around 57 on Friday. Our normal high temperature for this time of year is right around 70, and we're going to see 57 degrees coming up on Friday. How about the weekend? We'll go beyond that from Friday on into Saturday. It'll remain cool. A few stray clouds. Go into Sunday. It'll remain cool. A few stray clouds, and we'll see highs basically in the 50s and low 60s. And then by Monday, we're starting to see some rainfall. Pardon me, move on in. And it's here by Tuesday morning, certainly, and Tuesday during the afternoon and evening hours. We can see some rainfall as well, but that's a long time away. The biggest thing going on is it's going to warm up a little bit overnight for some of us, and then we're going to cool on down by this time tomorrow. Certainly, it's 56 degrees in Virginia Beach, but it's 72 degrees in Portsmouth, 62 in Norfolk. That front is right on in over the top of our area. It's 77 in Suffolk, 64 into Williamsburg. Water temperature right now is around 54, so that's cooling things off here, even into Chesapeake, but out into here, Franklin, Wakefield, Suffolk. That's where the front is right now, and that front, again, is going to lift northward during the overnight hours. Now, temperatures right now, 73, 77, 78 in Suffolk, but only 62 and 56. That front is going to lift northward during the overnight hours, and we're all going to warm up. It's not going to be 82 like it is in South Boston or Rocky Mount. We'll see those temperatures actually warm up a little bit later on. 55 to 58, though, before it does warm on up. Southerly winds 10 to 15, and here's where we are for the day tomorrow. We'll see warmer temperatures for the first part of the day, and then it'll start to cool on down during the afternoon hours, especially by this time tomorrow. We'll see our temperatures dropping with that westerly wind becoming northwesterly by tomorrow night. 68 for a high tomorrow, 57 coming up on Friday. Temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s beginning Friday all the way to the middle of next week.
It was the roar heard around the world in Major League Baseball last night, and the River Course at Kingsville is getting ready to host some of the top women golfers around. That's next on the Sports Wrap.
We've been married for over 50 years, and we're still together. But Betty had a stroke and had to go to a nursing home. It's $7,000 a month. Our savings weren't enough. I thought we might even have to sell the house. I went to the Hook Law Center for help. We kept the house, and we've got a financial plan for the rest of our lives. She may never be able to come home, but it'll always be here for her.
Save 5 event is on now. Mix and match favorites like Ruffles potato chips, Lando Frost lunch meat, and more.
At Ashley Home Store in Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, and Newport News, the savings are all up to you. Choose stylish furniture for every room. Then choose your discount and financing option. And choose it all with no down payment and no minimum purchase. Choose Ashley Home Store.
New TV, new speakers, Netflix. This is going to be the place for binge watching, ladies.
Is it, ladies? Don't get me wrong. You have killer tech, Mrs. D, but you still don't have Fios.
Okay.
Fios is a 100% fiber optic network, literally engineered for streaming.
Good advice.
I've also got some ideas on a better serial selection, which I will keep to myself.
Experience Netflix on the 100% fiber optic network made for streaming. Switch to Fios and get a year of Netflix on us with a 2-year agreement.
I'm Clark Twitty, and like you, I'm tired of Bob Steinberg hiding behind political attacks in an effort to hide from the truth. Like his voting attendance record, one of the worst in the state house, missing 22% of the votes. You can't do the people's work when you don't show up to work. I'll work tirelessly to represent your conservative values, and I'll never take a dime of your money for a day I'm not working. I'm Clark Twitty, and I speak for myself, just like Bob Steinberg's record speaks for itself.
Late last night, the Washington Capitals avoided a dreaded 0-3 deficit against the Columbus Blue Jackets in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Lars Eller, the game winner in double overtime. There's another look. Caps still trail the series 2-1, but that's a lot better than being one loss away from being swept. Game 4 tomorrow night in Ohio. I'm Brian Parsons. Next month in Williamsburg, the top women golfers in the world will be competing in the LPGA's Kings Mill Championship. This will be the 13th time that the LPGA will be at the River Course. Lexi Thompson, she's the defending champion. Christy Kerr is a 3-time winner at Kings Mill. One golfer from Virginia will actually be making her professional debut. Elsa Diaz is set to graduate next month from the University of Richmond with a degree in business administration. 3 days after that, Diaz will make her pro debut.
As the days go by and I start telling more people and we start having days like Media Day, then it starts to become more real. But I don't know. I think I'm going to be, I don't know if it's going to feel real even after I'm done playing. So it's going to be new for sure.
Diaz gets into the field as a sponsor's exemption. The winner of the Kingsville Championship takes home $195,000. A very special moment last night in the Cleveland Indians and Minnesota Twins game. The teams are playing a set of games in Puerto Rico. In the 5th inning of a scoreless contest, up to the plate steps Puerto Rican native Francisco Lindor, and what happens next left the crowd in pandemonium.
The 3-2. Breaking ball in the air to right field. Grossman by the warning track at the wall.
Lindor in his home country with his family in attendance. The go-ahead home run for the Tribe, and the crowd roar was deafening. Lindor had to come out for a curtain call there to calm everybody down in Puerto Rico. Well, I know it's very early in the season, but it's looking like it could be a long year for the Tide's parent club, the Baltimore Orioles. Today, the O's on the road against the Tigers. 2nd inning, former Tide Danny Valencia puts the Birds on top. That's a solo home run. After Detroit took a 5-4 lead, the O's tie it in the 9th inning. Another former Tide, Luis Sardinas. That's a solo home run to right field. That ties it up at 5. But at the bottom of the 9th, Detroit going to walk it off. Dixon Machado, no relation to Manny. That's the game-winning home run. Baltimore, the O's are 5-13. They've lost 5 games in a row. The O's are 10 games behind the Red Sox in the AL East. Boston off to its best start in franchise history. The Sox beat the Angels 10-1 last night, and in doing so, Boston handed Japanese sensation Shohei Ohtani his first loss as a major league pitcher. Ohtani only went 2 innings. He complained of blisters. He's also a designated hitter for the Angels. Ohtani has 3 home runs. If he keeps this up, he's trying to become the first player since Babe Ruth to become a two-way player. Yeah. And he could be the talk of the summer if he keeps this up.
Well, we know you'll be watching it.
Maybe hit a home run in Puerto Rico.
23 years old, by the way, 23.
23.
Yeah, pitchers can't hit.
Right.
Take a look at what's going on. Take a look at what's going on for our forecast. 68 degrees early in the day. It'll cool off later on and stay cooler all the way to the middle of next week.
We'll get baseball weather sooner or later.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. We'll see you back here later tonight.